Hey everyone, this is Teo. In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips and strategies on how you can use social media effectively as an artist. So just to give you some background as to what I actually do, I have been blogging since 2009, writing about art books and art products. I have been making YouTube videos since 2013. But this is not my full-time job. My full-time job is actually a salary job as a graphic designer and artist. So this online internet thing is just my hobby that I spend a lot of time on. So this video is for people, for artists who are thinking of building for themselves a brand on social media, and for people who want to get more followers, and also for people who are wondering why they are not able to see any results or get followers on social media. By the way, I have already written this whole article talking about the same topic. If you want to save time, you can actually check out the text article, which I will link in the video description below. I'm going to refer to this so that I don't miss out on anything. The first thing you should do is to ask yourself this question. How are people going to find you or your work online if they do not know that you exist? So there are actually three ways people can discover you and your work. The first way is through search. And where would people search? Google is the largest search engine, or is it YouTube? These two are the largest search engines, followed by maybe social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook. So if you want your post, your article, your content to be discovered by them, you have to post on these websites. So on Google, to appear on Google, it means you would have to have a website or a blog. People say that blogging is dead, but it's not. It's still very much alive and it's very powerful. Because if you think about it, when was the last time you did a search and you found search results from Facebook or Instagram on the Google search result page? I personally don't see a lot of search results from Facebook or Instagram. It's usually articles written on other websites or blogs. So blogging is still a very viable and very important platform. And if you have been blogging on or off, definitely continue to blog consistently and regularly, because blogging is really very powerful. It's going to get you views just through Google search results. The second way that people can discover your content is through word of mouth, through sharing. So if you have posted an article on your blog or posted some posts on Instagram or on Facebook, people can share a post. That is through word of mouth. And that is quite difficult to control, because you really have to post like really good work. And also very relatable work that people can share. And the third way is through internet marketing. You can do internet marketing yourself, basically just by posting content regularly online on social media websites. Or you can pay for marketing campaigns like pay Instagram or Facebook to promote your post. Or you can get the social media platforms to promote your work without you doing any extra work. This can happen on Instagram, where you create a very popular post and use the appropriate hashtags. And Instagram will see that your post is popular, it's engaging, and Instagram will share your work with more people. The same thing happens on YouTube as well. If YouTube sees that people are watching your videos completely, your videos have a high watch time, YouTube will share your post. With social media platforms sharing our work, that is an incredible way to reach out to new viewers, to new followers. All right. So these are the three ways people can find your work: through search, through word of mouth, and through internet marketing. So whenever you create some work, you have to think about how you can reach these people through these three ways. So for example, let's say you create a sketch or watercolor painting and you want to post online. So when you post this image on your Facebook, you just write the size of your painting and the tools that you use. Now think about it. How are people going to find your painting if they are doing a search. And if they cannot find your painting because there are no keywords for them to search, then your painting, your work can only be seen by those who already follow you. So you're not going to get like new followers, you're only reaching out to people who are already following you. So when you post your art, I highly recommend you write tags, all right? Talk about the work, the tools that you use, your inspiration, have some story. For example, if you're drawing outdoors, you can include the name of the place that you have been to, how much is the coffee that you bought, the cafe that you're at. Include all this information because they can be searched. So I have sketches that I've drawn in cafes, and I actually wrote down the name of the cafes, and there were some cafe owners that actually contacted me because those owners were actually searching for their own cafes online just to see whether or not there are any reviews written about their cafes, and they happened to see my work. So that is through keyword searching, and that can reach people that don't know that you exist. And sometimes they can also reach clients that who may actually want to commission you to do some work. And I have actually received some requests to do commission works just simply through posting my sketches online with names of places or shops or companies that I've been to. Keyword searching, it's very, very powerful. It's a very significant way to get you new followers, all right? And now let's say you have just posted some content and you want people to share your work. So when it comes to creating content that is popular enough for people to share, it has to meet certain criteria. Unfortunately, there is no magic formula when it comes to creating viral content. If you really want to learn more about how some content can be viral, I highly recommend you check out this book called Made to Stick: Why Some Ideas Survive and Others Die. So in this book, the authors talk about the criteria you need in order to make certain content popular. And this can apply to anything. It can apply to advertising, it can apply to articles that you're writing, and it can certainly apply to your art. So definitely check out that book. Let's talk about platforms promoting your work. That is actually the best way because it requires not much additional effort on your part. If you want social media platforms to promote your work, well, you have to study the algorithms that those websites or social media platforms are using. So for example, on YouTube values watch time. So if someone watches the whole video that you've just made, YouTube will know that that video is engaging and will recommend that video to someone else who may be interested in this content based on the data and statistics that YouTube has. And YouTube has a lot of data, so they will always promote the video to the right person. And that is a fantastic way to get new viewers and new audience. On Facebook, I would say it's through people sharing your work. So if you want to reach more people, you actually have to pay Facebook. So that's just how Facebook does business nowadays. You have to pay them to promote your work. On Instagram, Instagram also uses some algorithm to determine whether or not your content is popular enough for them to share. If your content has a lot of comments, likes, or people are watching your whole Instagram stories, it tells Instagram something that your content is engaging and may be shared by them to even more viewers. And the use of proper hashtag also helps a lot. And lastly, if you want like even more viewers on Instagram, you can always pay Instagram. But if you have very low budget, you just don't want to spend like money to do internet marketing, then you really have to go study the algorithm. Basically, play to the algorithm. That's just one way, by playing to the algorithm. Or you can make work that is so relatable that people will share, and the social media platforms will see that it's so popular that people are sharing, and the social media platform will actually go share your work as well. Let's talk about the next thing. Now you have to be smart about using social media. Now is a fantastic time to be an artist because of the internet. Because the internet will archive everything that you post online. So you can actually create a huge body of work that people can search for in the future. So let's talk about Instagram and Facebook, which I don't use as much because the thing with Instagram and Facebook is when you post content there, the older content will get pushed down, and the more new content you post, the more those older content will get pushed down, and they are very difficult for people to search and to see. If you want to see them, you have to scroll down all the way or do a search on Instagram. I'm not sure how you can actually search for content, especially if you don't even write captions for the art that you post. On Facebook, there's actually some kind of search function, so people can still see your older posts if they do a search. But ideally, you should share your work, you should post your work on a website so that it can be archived and indexed by Google, so that when people search on Google, your work can appear on Google's search page. That is very important. You can focus on Facebook or on Instagram. Actually, you can post the same work on all the different social media platforms, but at least share your work on a website that you create, all right? You can post your art on Facebook, write some captions, but repost that same thing on your website so that it can appear, it can have the chance to appear on Google search page. If you don't know what to write about your art, take a look at what other artists are writing about their art. People don't search for art. How would people search for art by typing text, all right? Think about that. Always think about how are people going to search for your content before you actually post the content. I know it takes a lot of work. Sometimes it's very easy to just, after you finish creating your art, just post it online and just call it a day. But that is not the most effective way. Definitely write some text. It's very, very important. And it can also help you search for your own content in the future as well. Next thing I want to talk about is consistency. So if you are a full-time artist, I can understand that you may not have a lot of time to spare on sharing your work on social media. I understand that. But if you are not using social media or using the internet to market your work, I think you are really missing out. Because now with the internet, you can reach like so many people. Back when there wasn't any internet, you would have to rely on galleries or rely on word of mouth to promote your work. But now with the internet, you can reach people even overseas in so many different countries. And if you take a look at your analytics, which is provided by Instagram, Facebook, and even on YouTube, you can see where people are coming from. So with the internet, you can reach people from all these countries. It's pretty amazing. So you do have to dedicate some time for internet marketing. At least just spend 2 mornings to share your work. And what I usually do is every time I finish my sketches or art, I will scan them and put them into a folder. And 2 times or 1 time a month, I would create a newsletter to feature all my work. So that is how you can create a consistency, basically by having some form of discipline. Or you can create a calendar to remind you as to when you should post. By posting your work regularly, it lets people know that you are still around, you are still in business. If your last post is like 6 months ago, people will be wondering, oh, so did this guy quit art? Now, the more content you share online, the more data you can get. So let's say if you are just sharing once a month, you get only like 12 posts a year. You won't be able to get a lot of useful information just from the 12 posts. Take for example, I post about 15 videos a month. That's a video every 2 days. So 1 year I can have 180 videos posted, and looking at all the videos posted, I can tell which are the videos that are popular. And if those videos are popular, I can make more videos like that. I can see which videos are getting me subscribers, which videos are actually earning money, and which videos are not doing well, and then I don't make those videos anymore. So when you have a lot of content, you have a lot of useful information that you can use. But if you have very few content, you may not be able to get any meaningful statistics or analytics out of those few pieces of content that you have posted. Yeah, and to find out why you are not getting followers, you definitely need to vary the type of content that you post, because not all content may get followers. All right, there are certain type of contents that will get you followers, certain type of content that will get you views. But ideally, you should reach out to new people, because new audience have a chance to become your followers. Next thing I want to talk about is focus. Definitely have a focus, because there are so many social media platforms out there. You only have time to post on so many websites, and it can get tedious even when it comes to reposting the same content across all the social media websites. So my focus is actually on blogging, where I post reviews for art books and art products. So once I've written that content, I will make my YouTube video, and I will share the text review on Facebook or maybe on Twitter as well. But I always start with the text review that I write on my blog first, and then I share it to other social media websites, or use the ideas from the text review to create a video. You can certainly share the same work across different social media platforms, or you can actually repackage your work into different types of content. So for example, if you create a painting or illustration, you can share the art on Instagram or on Facebook, and then write a blog post on the work in progress, things that happen behind the scenes, or the tools and supplies that you use, the challenges that you face when creating that art. People would love to find out how you actually created art. So sometimes when you create a beautiful piece of artwork and you post it on Instagram, that's actually not the whole story to that piece of art. There is actually a lot of work that went behind into creating that art, and you can share that process. People love that, because people love to find out how their favorite artists actually create that work. But ultimately, I would say focus on websites, focus on social media platforms that actually allow your work to be searched easily, or focus on those platforms that actually actively promote the work that you create. For example, YouTube and sometimes Instagram. You can learn a lot from other artists as well. If you do a search on YouTube on, let's say, social media strategies for artists, how to make money online as an artist, how to create passive income as an artist, how to sell art online, you will find a lot of content from other creators, from other artists. So I prefer watching and learning from YouTube videos from creators, and not like some wannabe who research and summarize other people's work into some listicle articles just to get some views. All right, YouTube videos, I would say they are a great learning resource. So last thing I want to talk about is, what if you are not getting results? What if you are not getting followers? Well, there can be a lot of factors when it comes to not getting results and not getting followers. One reason could be you are not posting consistently enough, not regularly enough. And if you are not creating content regularly, you don't have a lot of content to go out and attract like new viewers. Second reason is you have to create a variety of content to see what are some of the content that works and what content doesn't work. So each type of content will be popular for their own reason, and you have to find out through creating a huge variety of content to see what are the ones that are popular. So if you are posting the same thing over and over again and you don't see results, definitely change what you are posting. Instead of posting like sketches, paintings every time, maybe write an article once in a while just to see what happens. All right. And every successful artist that you see on YouTube, on social media, those that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers or millions of subscribers, they actually started at zero. And you can start as well from the start at zero. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a lot of time and effort to build a brand, and anything that's valuable, it takes time and effort to build. So don't be disheartened. Definitely create work, like post consistently. I mean, if you want to be a full-time artist or painter or illustration, be prepared to put in full-time work. If you want to see full-time results, be prepared to put in full-time work. If you have an online following, it can make your life easier and also make your career more successful. So for example, let's say you're publishing a book. You can tell your followers to market the book, spread the word out that your book is coming out, maybe even sell books to your followers and ask them to leave a review on Amazon. I have seen artists who would post artworks, illustrations from the books that are not even announced yet, months before the book even comes out. So they would post consistently, and then when the book is out, they just tell their followers, hey, by the way, all those artworks that you see me post regularly for the past months or years, they are now collected in this book, and the book sells well. Another way you can so-called leverage on your online following is to get some sponsorship deals. Some of the pen displays that you see me feature on my YouTube channel, those are actually sponsorship deals. But sponsorship deals in the sense that I get the review units for free, but I don't get paid to make those videos. Because my YouTube following is quite huge, so making those videos can actually reach out to a lot of people, and that's what those companies want. So if that's what you want, you can consider that avenue. But personally for me, I don't really make money through making those videos themselves. Another way you can have your online, another way where you can make money if you have a huge following is to ask your followers to support you on Patreon. And sometimes you can even sell art to your followers. People follow you because they like your art, so you can sell art to them, or prints or merchandise with your art on it. Or you can even sell services, because some of the followers may be clients who may actually want to commission you to draw something. And so there is actually a lot you can do when you have a huge following. People can have different reasons as to why they want to build a brand for themselves or why they want a huge following. Personally, for me, I see this as a creative outlet because I enjoy sharing what I know, sharing my art, sharing the supplies that I enjoy using, the art books that I enjoy learning from. There are also people who just want to monetize their online following, and that's perfectly fine, because it's perfectly fine to make a living, to earn money, and in this case using the internet to earn money. This is a very long video. If you guys have any questions relating to using social media as an artist, or if you have any tips and strategies that you find to be effective, do share with me online. And do check out all the articles that I've written on my blog. I have written like quite a lot of articles relating to internet marketing over the past few years. So definitely go check out those articles using the link that I have for you in the video description below. All right, thanks for watching. See you again. Bye.